Good morning and welcome to Film and TV Equipment Basics. Okay, I'm going to walk you through some of the basic equipment that we have for film and TV and help you familiarize yourself with it so that you can not break it and we can continue using this equipment for quite some time. So first of all, we're going to introduce you to our most basic camera. Okay, it is a Canon Vixia. Its model number specifically is HFR80. Okay, it's a pretty small and compact unit. First of all, whoever put this away last forgot to close the shutter. So to do that, let's start with that. Okay, opening and closing the shutter. It's open, it's closed. How did I do that? Well, turn it to the side, and if you can see right here, there's this little switch. If it's up, like it is right now, then the shutter is closed. If you push it down, it's really easy to do. You go down, and then the shutter, I should say actually lens cover, is open. Closed, open. That's on the side, okay? On the right side if you're facing it away from you. That's how you open and close that. How do you turn it on? That's the easiest part. You flip open the screen. You'll hear a little ding like you just did, and then you can see that you now have some information on the screen. All right, we'll talk about that later. It is touch screen. So be aware of that. On the inside right here, this is where we put an SD card if we had one, but we don't, so we just keep it closed. All right, so that is how you turn it on. It's ready to go. A couple things right here. Scene select is probably what you want to do. So let me show you how I did that. Up here in this corner is a little tile. You press the tile, and it's going to bring you up into these options. Typically, because we're filming TV, we kind of want to shoot in cinema mode, but you can feel free to experiment with other things. Scene or program priority. So just leave it as one of those options. Okay? Play around with it if you want. All right, if we're done using it, we just need to shut it off. On-off button, but closing the lens cover, closing the view panel also just turns it off, and then also turns it back on. This is the battery. In some cases, we're going to need to take it off. So to do that, you need to first make sure it's off. Then there's this little lever right there. See my thumb goes down. Okay, that allows us to then slide the battery down and off. Okay, we don't really need to do that, but just in case something happens, we need to know. All right, so it's on. Turns on, our lens cover is open, and we want to start shooting. Before we do that though, we need to make sure that our zoom is set appropriately. You do not want, if you look at the screen, right there, you do not want the zoom all the way out. That's just going to give you a bad picture. So what you want to do is zoom in using this button right here. Push it to the T and it goes towards, push it to the W and it goes wide. Actually, I think the T means telephoto. So telephoto zoom, wide, okay? So you want to try to put that zoom right in between the T and the W. Okay, if you can see that real quick, it's pretty close, so we'll leave that. All right, so once we're ready to go, on this side of the battery right here, the silver button is our start and stop recording. We press it to start recording, it beeps, the screen indicates with a red dot that we're now recording. We want to stop recording, so we hit that silver button again and it stops recording. And we're good to go. All right, next, we need to get the stuff off of the camera. That's pretty easy to do, okay? So there's this little cord. It's a not a micro USB, but a mini USB. It's got the little bit fatter plug on it. Okay, that is going to go right here on this side. So we're going to go and plug it in, make sure it goes in the right way, don't force it. Plug it in, this then goes into the computer, and then we press the play button, and then we go find its folder in the This PC window. So we should be able to get to everything off of there once we hit the play button. A couple of other things on this side right here. We have two headphone jacks. It's not for two headphones. One is for a monitor headphone, so you can listen to what is being recorded, and the other is a microphone input. So if you have an external mic that you want to use to get better audio quality, definitely plug that in there. So we're done. Close it down. Okay, over here on this side is where I charge it. Okay, this is where we charge stuff at. Now, let's open it up again. Here I have a boom mic. Okay, this is a directional mic. It will only capture what the microphone is pointed at. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure the mic is pointed at whoever is talking or whatever sound you want to record. To turn it on, it's a pretty easy push up once. You don't want to go, there's two different settings. There's normal and then there's telephoto. You just want to leave it as normal. So that's just one slide up. Once it's on, then you go plug it into your camera like so. It is now ready to go, and you know it works because now there is this volume meter, VU meter down here that indicates that it's picking up something from the microphone. Okay, and you definitely, when you're recording, so one person will be recording, the other person will be holding the mic and pointing it at whoever is talking to help increase audio pickup and make it sound better. So now we've recorded, we've gone over, okay, how to record, how to get stuff off. That's with this cable. It's in the same filing cabinet that the other stuff that the cameras are in. It's just in the front part of the drawer. So when you're ready to pull stuff off, you do that. Secondly, maybe we want to get a better audio, or I need to record some audio from a different source. So we're going to use our boom microphone and our digital recorder right here. Okay, this is a Tascam. On the top right here is where you can put in an external mic. It works with these two as well, but you know, this is directional, can help pick up better sound. So when you're ready to record, kind of plug it in there. You don't have to, but you do have to be careful that when you do use this, you talk directly into these, otherwise it's not going to be very good. So definitely use the boom microphone there to help pick up audio. How do you turn this on? Well, there's the home button, it's right there. Press it until it turns on. You'll see it light up, and then it'll load, and then we're good to go. How do you start recording? Well, that's easy. You press the record button once, it's flashing. Twice, it is now recording and picking up audio. Okay, while it is flashing, you can check to make sure that it's actually listening, and then when you're ready, then you hit record and it starts recording. Once you have your stuff finished recording and you want to get it off, again, you're going to need this cable, the mini USB cable. You are just going to plug it in here, plug it into the computer. The screen will ask you for USB power or storage, and you want to use this navigational pad down here to go to storage, and then you press the play to select that, and now it's like a USB drive, and you can get stuff off of it fairly easily. And then to turn it off when you're absolutely done, you just hold down the power button until it shuts off. And now it's off, and we can put it back. All right, the next piece of equipment you might want to use if you want to get a steady shot is this tripod. Okay, we have two of them. Well, two of these, and then and then a couple other older ones that were donated. But it's pretty easy to use this. Okay, so let's just get it lower. So these, how am I doing this? I'm pressing these little blue buttons right here and just pulling out. It takes a little bit of work since they need to be compressed, and so once it's down and it's locked in, we're good to go. The next thing is, how do I move this part up and down? There's this little screw knob right here. We loosen it, and then I can move this up and down as I see fit. So let's get it a little bit lower, and then we'll lock it down, turning it to the left or to the right. Okay, simple rule of thumb, if you want something tight, you turn it to the right. If you want something loose, you turn it to the left. Okay, so now that I have that ready, how do I put my camera on there? Well, there's this little plate right here, okay, that I need to take off. First is this lever. I need to loosen it by pushing it to the left. Turning it to the left loosens it. Okay, then that loosens the plate and I can move it now, but it won't come off. So that's where this other blue button on this side is. You press the blue button and then you can slide the plate off like so. Now we're going to mount this to the bottom of the camera. So I'm going to take the bottom of the camera. Okay, it's got two holes right here. I'm going to line the threaded one up with the threads and then we're just gonna screw it down until it is all the way tight. This base plate should not move, okay? So then, you're gonna slide it back on. Once I hear it snap, okay, and it doesn't slide off, I need to tighten it down so the camera doesn't move. That's just that lever on the side again. That's this lever again, okay, being turned to the right, not to the left. Okay, now we're ready to go. So this is how you tilt on here. Camera movements 101, this is how you tilt. If you want to pan, you got to make sure that if you look at it, this lever is loose so that you can spin the head. Otherwise, if it's tight, the head is locked down and you can't really spin it too easily. Or if you do try to spin it, then you're going to break the tripod. So spin it down, it's loose, and then it kind of flows nice and smoothly like it's supposed to. Okay, so pan, this is how you pan. If you want to truck, well, you're just probably going to have to pick it up and then walk left or right to truck it. All right, so now that is how you use a tripod, tilt, pan, and I think that's it. All right, thank you. Testing, okay.